Back to school we go, you know, but not really. Director Niall Salter, producers Tanya Batson-Savage and Annalisa Chapman are bringing the classic Jamaican novel enjoyed for generations. Remember Escape to Last Man, Pete? Remember? Yeah, they're bringing it to life. They've just released the proof of concept, and they're here to share the details with us. Tanya, you wrote too on the project, right?
Yes.
Curator and producer. Morning.
Morning.
Good to see you.
Happy to be
This
here.
is very exciting. Well, the three of you together on a project is exciting because it says talent plus talent plus talent equals super talent. But why, Niall, let me start with you. Why this book? Why this project?
I mean, like many Jamaicans, I read this book in high school and I loved it ever since then. And I remember saying very distinctly, like, this would make a great film. I feel like from then, you know what I mean? Just thinking, you know, I could see this in a movie form. And this was even before I knew I would be a director. Right. So I kind of always felt like, you know, it was destined to be on the big screen. And I'm sure a lot of people who read the book would say that it's very filmic, it's very alive, it makes a lot of sense. I kind of feel like it wasn't a question of if, it was a question of when and who would secure it and really make the steps. Mm-hmm. So thankfully, these ladies did so. And here we are and things are going.
Head baller. Head baller. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about that after. For the folks who don't know and have not read the book, high level, quick time, 3 lines, because you're the writer.
Okay, so it is a post-pandemic world in a futuristic Jamaica. A lot of us think it happens in the past. It actually happens in the future. World is decimated by a flu-like virus, and these children are trying to get away from the adults who should have protected them, who've now become the enemy, and they're trying to escape to Last Man Peak. So it's an adventure, dystopian, really fun, very Jamaica.
So it's like an adaptation, variation, new hoolification of
all of that.
Wow, that's exciting. So how was that, Tanya, delving into that and reworking it into this story?
So it is one of the greatest challenges of doing an adaptation of a book that you love is how to make it new and different, but being true to the real story.
Right.
And one of the beautiful things we got to do is we got to talk to Jean DaCosta. And, you know, and we got to talk to her about how the story came to be, about her ideas for it. And so we tapped into that. We tapped into how we felt about how when we read the story and what we really wanted to see on the screen and that. So that's what, you know, we do. Plus, it's a post-cable generation, so it has to be a little more hype than when we were in school. You know?
When you were in school, I just came.
Right, that is true. Pardon.
Okay, never mind. Annalisa, role as producer. A lot of people don't understand it. Tell me what your role was.
I mean, as producers, we developed the concept and script and the whole project in its entirety from start to beyond. So when everybody else has finished one stage, we're still there. We're there before, we're there at the end. So everything from clearing the rights initially, that's a process that took about 5 to 6 years.
What do you mean?
So
5 to 6 years?
Yes.
So how long has this project been in the works? Wow.
A while.
It's been
a minute, yeah.
So 5 to 6 years to clear the rights.
Yes.
Then what's the next step after that?
Next step was, once we got the rights, to start developing the script. And that's, of course, another process in and of itself.
That took how long?
It's still ongoing.
Yeah.
And we're on draft 5.
Jesus. Okay. So what stage of production are we at now?
Pre-production.
Yeah, we're in pre-production.
Pre-production. What does pre-production entail?
Pre-production involves continuous script development, trying to get financing, trying to get co-producers on board, developing the proof of concept,
finding the right talent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
The money part, don't Niall, always beat me bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is
So the Feel a Soul session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the never-ending story. It's never-ending story. But look, the truth of the matter is, I'd rather be optimistic about it and speak about the strides that have been made. I mean, there's been some really great moves in more recent times with initiatives, with JAFTA, with the government to and we've taken a longer time to do it than we should have, but there's, you know, Film Fund now, which is great, and certain moves that are being made. So we are moving in the right direction as far as that is concerned, and I would rather focus on the positives and trying to really pull the funds together. So there's labs, there's a lot of different things that kind of help in the pre-production kind of zone, and financing is a part of that. So I mean, I know that we've gotten this proof of concept teaser sort of finished and put out there. It's a really important moment. I kind of feel like it's a very important step, and people have been really excited. We've been getting some.
This is when the momentum.
Yeah, it's a momentum thing. It's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to keeping it going.
Does this mean that you've cast your cast already, or are we just looking at folks who represent what it is that you want to capture?
It's essentially that.
Okay.
That's what it is. Because you'll notice, like, one of the things people said when we put it on social media is, so where are the other kids? Because, this is to show you what it could be. And as Nal said, one of the things we love is that a lot of people have said, yeah, this is kind of what we're looking for. And so we're very excited at what's been happening with that.
Okay. So, ETA-ish, I mean, when I really start filming it. When are we looking to have this out, and what are the plans for it now? I mean, locally and outside of our shores.
We're looking to have this out 2026. I mean, one thing I just want to say in general, feature films take a long time, especially when it's something like this where this is a legendary novel that is beloved. We want to do it right. So it takes time to develop and take the steps you have to take. I mean, feature length, I mean, it's hard to determine exactly how long. I would say, probably 2 hours or something like that. Or like, it depends on that. That part of it, like, you never fully know exactly. But feature length, so proper long movie.
It's not I'm just trying to
It ain't a short. No.
Right.
That's the most important distinction.
Right,
Yes.
right.
And I mean, our vision for it overall is for it to obviously do really well regionally, internationally, appeal to children, the nostalgic readers who have read this book since the 70s, a super wide cross-section. And we want the film to have a tone that will appeal to a lot of folks as well. So it's not just in one particular space. I wouldn't say it's a kid's movie per se. It's obviously an adventure film that will appeal to that age group and so on, but definitely beyond that. And I want it to have like an edge to lean into sort of a lot of the darker elements of the book, subversive elements, but still keep it very entertaining. So strike that kind of perfect balance. That's my aim. Yeah.
So good time for film in Jamaica, conducive to what you're doing now. Tanya, you feel optimistic as now?
Optimism doesn't come easily to me, but yes.
That's not funny, but it's funny. Yeah, that's
why I'm here.
Yes, but it does.
But yes,
but that's good.
Yes, and I think the right people are making some very good decisions, and I think most importantly for me, there are a lot of creatives who, even before some of these things started being put in place, decided they were going to make the moves that could make a difference. And I think that is always the important part when you have that creative momentum.
So when do you start casting and auditioning and finding talent? And Annalisa,
Ultimately, when most of the financing is in place, we're still at that early pre-production stage. We applied to the Jamaica Screen Development Fund.
Yes.
We actually got some fund. We got funding for a proof of concept from the Ministry of Culture, so I have to big them
Oh,
right
yes.
as well.
Okay, and if there's anybody out there who's looking to help fund a feature film,
Yes.
there's something special happening right here. Want to talk up, no man?
Yes.
You were doing such a great job, I was about to chime in.
But come on.
Yeah, that is absolutely the stage that we're at. That is the stage we're at,
Yeah, fantastic. Okay. All right, so we're looking for it 2026. Yes. Wish you guys all the best with the project. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we wrap? Quickly.
We just need to say that we're really committed to making this be a dream come true for many Jamaicans. We've seen the excitement. We know we can be true to the idea. We think this is the movie that Jamaica deserves, needs, and wants, and we want to make it happen. And we invite anybody who wants to be a part of this journey with us to the peak to be a part of it. That I think.
This is a legacy project.
See what she did there?
This is a legacy project.
Yes.
That's why she's the writer.
Yes, for sure. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
So very important to us. Yeah, man. Thank you.
And it's nice to see our dexterity, We're not just the stories that you've seen. Sometimes you see the stories that you've seen and you feel like you've seen them before. Yes, that's a huge part of who we are, but there are also other things that we can show and display. Director Nell Salter, producers Tanya Batson-Savage and Alisa Chapman. Tanya also a writer on the project. Escape to Last Man Peak, coming to a theatre near you in 2026. Take a break. Soon come. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
a disturbing number of missing children have been reported.
With anti-vaccine sentiment rising, the disease has spread rapidly.
There are rumors of a cult.
Them find me.
Violence has erupted in several cities around the world.
No way, there we are go. It's shorter.
No towns. We are trying to avoid people.